Well, the local communities in the greater West Bloomfield area would not be the destination for so many people looking for a peaceful and safe place to live if it weren't for our great teams of law enforcement. Joining us now is the head of one of those great teams, Chief John Fitzgerald from the Keego Harbor Police Department. Chief, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
You're welcome. How you doing today?
Very good. How are you?
Good, thanks.
So, Chief, unfortunately, in your area right now, there's a lot of traffic issues that are going on that are causing a bit of a headache, particularly on Cass Lake Road and Orchard Lake Road. First of all, how have those construction areas been doing? How are people driving right now in those areas?
Um, Slowly, a lot of the times, we're getting stuck at basically all three ends at certain times of the day down at Commerce Road and Orchard Lake Road in the mornings and the afternoons with school pickup and drop off at the old Abbott School that's now Roosevelt Elementary, which is actually in Orchard Lake. Then if you head northbound or eastbound up to Telegraph and Middle Belt, to Orchard Lake between Middle Belt and Telegraph, that's been getting backed up because there's been an ongoing construction project there for quite a while. And then as you want to head north out of town into up Cass Lake Road, you can't get past Waterford. There's a bridge out that's been out since they've been working on it since August 15th, the culvert construction project. And that is the latest word we have is that's expected to wrap up by October 13th, I believe it is. And the some of the people have complained that the markings for that don't seem to indicate the road is out. And the problem is if they turn down Cass Lake Road or turn up Cass Lake Road, it's a 2.5 mile round trip to go down there, find out you can't get through, and then come back. So some of the residents in Waterford have been complaining to us because people come down, turn around in the subdivisions back there, or they think they can find another way around the the out roadway, which none of those subdivisions have a way around. They all end at the lake or circle back to Cass Lake Road. And so if you go in there, there's no sneaky way around the construction site, and it's 2.5 miles there and back. So don't turn down Cass Lake Road from Orchard Lake Road if you want to get all the way through to Waterford. And it is a construction project that is in Waterford. And if you have any questions, check with the Road Commission of Oakland County. They're in charge of that project. Check their website. There's a contact number for them there. And, the construction just keeps going on. And certain times traffic is very slow through Keego Harbor into Orchard Lake and into Sylvan Lake.
So, Chief, I will admit that I am one of the guilty persons who tried to go. My favorite do-it-yourself car wash is right there at Cass Lake and Cass Elizabeth. And so I tried to go there like a month ago, and I got all the way. But there is a sign right when you turn off Orchard Lake Road that says road closed. But I was like, well, that's not going to apply to me. And then I got all the way there. I mean, but there is no other way around? I mean, I ended up having to go all the way to or back to Orchard Lake and then to Telegraph and then to M59. Is that the only way to get around to that area?
The two ways around are Orchard Lake up to Telegraph, up to M59 or Voorhees. The secondary way is Orchard Lake down to Commerce Road, over to Hiller, up to Cooley Lake Road, and back around to Elizabeth Lake Road, which both of them are taking you pretty much out of your way. And we all are looking forward to this road construction wrapping up on Cass Lake Road. My officers and myself are taking the roundabout way to get to work now.
But October 13th, today's the 11th, so it's projected to be finished by Thursday. Is that what the projection is?
That was our last update last week. I have not looked at their website yet today. I should have checked it before I came on. But the last update we got was October 13th, approximately. They did use the word approximately on the notice they put out, so that could be, approximately a couple more days. I'm not sure.
Well, I will try to wash my car on Saturday, and we'll see how it goes. I'll send you a text one way or the other.
Hopefully, just not to take any blame off us. A lot of people have complained to us about the signs not giving a good indication that the road is closed ahead. And, it's the signs are put up by the Road Commission of Oakland County or their contractors. And it's not something for the police department to come in and move the signs around even though we can see that it's not always marked very well. Especially if you turn quickly off Orchard Lake Road, you may very well miss the sign that says road is closed or the bridge is out because of the way they're set up. But we can't move the signs around because we don't know exactly what is what's going on at the far end up in Waterford. Something might have been open, and we don't want to mess with their signage.
Yeah. I mean, and we're getting close. We're getting close to a finish line, so everyone just needs a couple more weeks of patience, and I think we're going to be okay.
We are hoping so. We all want that opened again.
So,
And
Chief,
when it opens,
go ahead.
yeah, when it opens, just remember to keep the speed limit at 35. Don't start racing through there anymore. We still have a lot of residents down there.
So, Chief, recently one of your officers received a very special honor. Officer Nora Downs of the Keego Harbor Police Department, along with Officer Garrett Malott of the Orchard Lake Police Department, were honored with Valor Awards by the 100 Club of Detroit. The awards were presented to the Detroit Athletic Club. I saw you were there. Could you tell us the story about what Officer Downs and Officer Malott did and what led them to be honored in this way?
Sure. They did a great job. There was a vehicle pursuit that occurred that ended in, I'm not sure, it was West Bloomfield, Orchard Lake, right at Hiller and Commerce Road. The fleeing vehicles crashed into a innocent subject at the intersection, and the driver got out and fled on foot. Officer Malott from Orchard Lake Police Department was the first one to find him a few houses away. He'd run through some yards, and Officer Malott confronted him. He started fighting with Officer Malott. Officer Downs was the next officer on the scene. She got up to him, and they fought a guy who was trying to kill him. He attacked Officer Malott with some tree branches he had picked up. Then, in fighting with both of them, he gouged at both their eyes. He attempted to disarm both of them, grabbing at their handguns, trying to pull them out of their holsters, tried to take the taser away from them. And both officers had to go hand-to-hand combat to bring this subject down. He even actually tried to wrap the radio microphone cord around Officer Downs' neck to strangle her with it. The officers, with their tenacity, their training, and their will to fight and live, were able to successfully take him into custody. And for what they did, they were honored by the 100 Club of Detroit, and it was a very good Valor honor for them.
Wow. So was there any kind of body cam or police vehicle footage of that? I could imagine that would be crazy. What that scene was?
Unfortunately, our officer doesn't have body cam. I don't know about Orchard Lakes, and the in-car camera doesn't get it because it ended up a few houses away in a side yard somewhere that was not in front of where the police car stopped and the officers ran from. So unfortunately, there's no video of it. But once again, they did a great job in bringing this fleeing suspect into custody, while protecting themselves as they did it.
With that, Chief, your department recently posted on Facebook a reminder to folks to wear your seatbelt and to keep your children buckled in their car seats. Is this still an issue with a lot of folks? Do you see a lot of people not wearing their seatbelts and having kids in the vehicle that are not properly restrained in their car seats?
They're doing a pretty good job with the kids. I think it's been drilled into them, and Michigan's usually had a pretty high compliance rate for seatbelt wearing, but there's still the people out there that for one reason or another decide they're not going to wear one. And it is a primary violation that if you're not wearing your seatbelt, you can be pulled over and issued a ticket for it. And if there's something else going on in your car with, open alcohol or a weapon that shouldn't be there, if they find it during a stop for a seatbelt violation, you could get yourself in even more trouble. But the important thing is buckle up. Seatbelts do save lives. They saved mine in a crash before, and I know a bunch of officers whose lives they've saved. So I'm a full advocate in seatbelts, front seat, back seat, proper child restraints in terms of booster seats or car seats, front seat, and if they're rear seat facing, just make sure you follow the instructions on those car seats. It's very important to keep the kids and yourself buckled up.
All right, Chief, before we let you go, anything else you wanted to mention real quick?
I don't really have any new news. We just have the construction issues we're dealing with, and we've talked that one to death. But I wish everybody a safe fall. It's my personal favorite time of year. We got football and great weather, and the leaves turning. So if you get a chance, get out and enjoy this good weather before the winter comes.
Well, Chief, thank you so much for joining us this morning. I want to thank you and your entire team for all the hard work you do there.
Much appreciated. Thank you. Have a great day.